680's Richard Southern joins us. Richard, everyone from sports stars to ordinary Canadians are opening up their wallets following the tragedy in Humboldt, Saskatchewan.
You know, it's been one of the most amazing things to me, Francis, regarding this terrible situation is the extent at which Canadians have donated money and continue to donate money. There's been a big GoFundMe page. I want to show you this is a live look at the page right now. Look at what they've raised, Francis, pushing $6 million.
Wow. That's incredible.
And you know, a lot of people, they're only giving like 10, 20 bucks, so it's really added up. There's been 78,500 people that have donated, money coming in from almost 60 countries around the world, and you can continue to donate to this, almost $6 billion. I want to show you as well Marcus Stroman, the big Blue Jay starting pitcher, on Saturday night's game. Look at this. Did you see his hat, Francis? SK on the right, Humboldt Broncos on the left. A nice tribute, and he's auctioning this hat off online. Currently, it's up to $22,600. There's 6 days left, though, to bid on this. Of course, all the money being donated, and we've seen some corporate companies come in as well. WestJet increasing capacity on some of its routes to Saskatoon. So the outpouring of not just support but money has been quite something.
Yeah, and you know, when you think the original goal was just in the thousands, it's absolutely incredible.
Almost $6 million. It's unbelievable.
So let's go to the provincial campaign trail next. The Liberals have announced a reduction to the tax on beer. So it's not clear yet if the cheaper suds will actually help the Wynne government get re-elected, but local brewers are certainly happy about it.
They are, and we should mention this is a tax cut specifically for craft beer only. Charles Souza on hand at a brewery today to announce this. They're cutting the tax on craft beer from 90 cents to 40 cents a litre. The government also announcing intentions to extend a tax credit for smaller brewers that will allow them to make more beer without facing any tax penalties. The government as well wants to expand the number of grocery stores selling beer to 450. And yes, brewers liking this. I'm just off the phone with Todd Levin, president of Muskoka Brewery.
Yeah, we're very happy with all this because it takes the ceiling off, the gloves are off to continue to grow and expand here in Ontario and get our beer to more people, get our beer into more markets outside of Ontario.
Do you worry, Todd, that this is just being used as a campaign tactic?
No, I don't think so, Richard, to be honest with you. And I say that only because this started, we first sat down with the provincial government through the Ontario Craft Breweries Association of which Muskoka Brewery is part of, back in early 2016.
PC leader Doug Ford has talked in the past about potentially selling alcohol in perhaps convenience stores. Would you be in favor of that?
I think we're pretty excited about what's going on right now with the growth of grocery stores. I think we feel the more access points for consumers, the more access points for beer drinkers, the better off we are.
So this is not law yet, and it may never be, depending on what happens with the election. But as we were talking there, it's interesting to see how alcohol sales could change after the election if we do see a PC government, Francis.
So the so-called Netflix for movie theaters is coming to Canada, and how's it going to work?
Well, tell me, would you go for this? I guess you have to see a lot of movies. It's called Cinema, spelt with an S. Lets you see 2 movies a month for the flat monthly price of $10.99. One of those movies, Francis, can be any format except for VIP, so it could be like a 3D movie. For $15.99, you can see 3 movies a month. So it's cheaper than buying the individual seats, but you have to make sure you see those movies every month to make it pay for itself. Company telling the Financial Post it hopes to supplement revenue from ticket plans with some advertising on its revenue and with some corporate sales and maybe eventually deals with the theaters directly. As it stands now, Cinema has no direct relation to Cineplex, Canada's largest theater chain. So flat rate to see the movies, Francis. I guess if you go see a lot of them, might make some sense. Eh?
Interesting concept.
Yeah.
Canadian Tire is making some changes to its loyalty program.
Yeah, now the paper Canadian Tire money, featuring Mr. Sandy McTire himself, will still be around. They're not changing that. What Canadian Tire is doing is allowing customers to collect points and collect the Canadian Tire money across a lot of the different brands that it owns. So you'll be able to collect points at Sports Check, Mark's Work Warehouse, Atmosphere, and Gas Plus locations. The revamped program will be called Triangle. It'll have some new MasterCards going along with it. You know, retailers, they love these loyalty programs because it's a big insight into the buying habits of customers. It's also a way for companies to keep you coming to them instead of going, say, to Amazon online. Canadian Tire's program has 11 million users, so it's a big one.
And people love their points here, don't they?
Point junkies everywhere you look, Francis.
Certainly. So we've talked a lot about space tourism before, but most of the ideas are really just concepts. Now you're looking at 2 that actually appear to be getting off the ground.
Yeah, first it's a space hotel, a luxury space hotel set for launch in 2021. It's called the Aurora Station, a modular design, would orbit 300 kilometers above the Earth and would offer 6 guests 384 sunrises and sunsets as they race around the planet for 12 days.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool. It's about the same size as, say, a Gulfstream private jet. What's not so cool is the price. A 12-day stay, $9.5 million per person. So that's just $791,000 a night. And they're taking down payments of $80,000 if you want to get in on that. I want to show you as well, Virgin Galactic, they've been working on this for a while. This is the offshoot of Virgin Airlines. And what we're looking at here is the first powered flight of their spaceship. The program set back a few years after a deadly crash back in 2014. But they're looking to actually bring people into orbit with this in the coming year. About 500 people have already signed up. It's $250,000 a flight. You basically go up, you float around for a bit, and you come back down. So we're going to probably see Virgin take flight here in the next year. Pretty interesting stuff if you have the money to do it, that is.
Well, good news is my birthday's coming up in September, Richard. Start saving now.
Okay, we'll go up to space, no problem.
I'm not picky. One night would suffice.
I'm already out in outer space, so I don't need to spend $250.